Welcome to tonight's exclusive premiere of the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, where I'm going to be your host tonight, Michelle Bolden Hammond, and I have some phenomenal ladies here with me tonight. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited because again, I am a part of this, and it is just a wonderful thing. We're women of virtue, walking in excellence, and I'm so proud to have my sisters here with me tonight. The visionary, she will be joining us pretty soon. I'm telling you, ladies, again, thank you so much for saying yes to coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for
You are
having us.
you're
Thank
so
you.
welcome. It's just a build of a sisterhood here. So just a build of a sisterhood right here. So I am proud to say that. So let me get introducing everyone here on tonight's panel. We have Miss Rona Russell McKnight, who has joined us. We have Dr. Essie McCoy, Brianna Breezy Cabell, Sylvia Garrett, Dr. Melissa McGuire. We have Lisa Dove Washington, and we have some more that's going to be joining us as well. So I just want to say thank you, ladies, again for saying yes and coming on tonight. So, as we moving in forward tonight, I just want you guys to talk about a little bit portion of how important this was coming on in to we do a lot of book collaborations, right? I know some of us have been
Mhm.
on several before. Um, some of us have done some on our own before. And it's just been amazing journey. And you learn more about yourself because even in this journal, this Women of Virtue 52 week, you got exceed, discover, you have recover and release. Just by the show of hands, how many of you did all of that trying to get this chapter together?
Probably.
It can be very challenging, but I also discovered something in myself. So I'm gonna go around, I'll say your name so I know and tell the people what are your role as Lisa Dove Washington.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Lisa Dove Washington, and I had the honor, because I don't take that lightly, to actually be the forward author for this 52-week journal of women walking in excellence. And it was a surprise and an honor. I'm speechless at what when I got the email. I was like, me. Um, why me? But I've been so in awe of Dr. Tasheka from the moment I met her, because when she speaks, you can just feel her words. You feel
Mhm.
everything about her. You feel her journey. She speaks with truth. She speaks with authenticity. And I thought I need to live up to this. And I think I did even express to her that I was like, I'm really kind of nervous about this, because even though I've written books and I've published books and I've co-authored books, I've never had the opportunity to do a forward. And I know that's a huge feat. And I've even had to ask someone to do a forward for me. So I know how important that was. And I was like, can I live up to this expectation? But at the same time, the honor was so huge because I've watched her work and she shared her journey. So this gave me an opportunity to not only dive into, as you, Michelle, dive into some things and figure out where I was exceeding and releasing and recovering. But it also allowed me to connect with Dr. Tashika's whole mission in doing this, and being a lover of journals. It just touched me even more because that's what I use to kind of push through and do all those things that she talks about. So this was just a perfect thing for me, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, and we are here with our visionary of the 52 week Journal of Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence. Welcome, Dr. Tasheka.
Lady Michelle, I
Woo!
apologize for being late, but you already know.
I already know. We
Somebody asked
already
me
know.
today, "Do you rest?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do rest." And which I don't know what kind of rest is when you schedule three things at one time, but I can make it all work.
But that just goes to show that you exceed, you discover,
Yes,
and you recover and you release. So
absolutely,
hey, so
absolutely.
so that's what that all about. So for the next question, I'm just going around asking everyone, what are their part, what are their role, and just I asked the question, just did you find those four categories and adorn yourself as being a contributing author to this? So I'm going to go ahead with Dr. Melissa McGuire, ask you the same question.
So thank you, thank you. I was so excited when Dr. Green asked me to be an author. This is my first time being on a podcast as well, and so I'm just super excited.
Me
And for
too.
my section, I talked about being wonderfully and beautifully made. And so I'm 50 something years old. I'm not going to tell you exactly how old I am, but weight has always been an issue for me from childhood through adulthood. And so at one point in time, I weighed 260 pounds and my knees were hurting. This was in my early 30s, going up and down the stairs, and I was determined to get the weight off. And I haven't seen 260 since. And so I just believe that we have to focus on ourselves as women. We allow the media, we allow family members, we allow significant others to impact or shape our vision of what beauty is. And we see so many women who just recently going across the border for augmentation of their body
Mm,
because they lack self-esteem or
mm.
they lack value in themselves. And so I'm just hopeful that once individuals read my brief passage, that they will be empowered to love themselves for what God has made them to be.
Beautiful, beautiful. And it's so funny you just brought that up about, I was just talking to somebody else about that. I said, you know what? I'm not going to be stuffed with cotton balls. They might have to stuff me with something else when I leave from here. But all of this original me is going back to the dust where it comes from. I'm just not doing it. I'm not going across nowhere to do it because I love me. So my
And I,
next person as well, same question for you, Sylvia.
mhm.
And again, this is your first time doing a podcast. So look, see, that's one thing about Dr. Tasheka. She will bring it out of you. See, you releasing it.
Yes, I was so excited when I was invited to be a part of this book
Okay.
project. I've known Dr. Tashika for several years, belonging in a women's organization, and it was funny that I always thought I wanted to work with her in some manner. I wasn't on the same committee, and so when I got this invite, I was just so excited, and I was like, "Wow!" I've been into other um, book collaborations as a contributing author. And I said, oh, wow, this is such an opportunity. So I'm really grateful and thankful,
Yeah.
for this and to be on the platform with these other wonderful ladies. In my chapter, it's titled Clear Vision with Action Leads to Fruition. And honestly, that's been a hashtag for me that I've used for a couple years now. In my chapter, I really talk about discovery and going through this whole process. It has helped me discover different things of just self reflection. And like you said earlier, you really go through all the other the discovery, the exceed, the release, and but primarily in my chapter, I'm talking about my journey in entrepreneurship. I've been in direct sales part time for over a decade now while working full time. Now I'm retired and my focus is on my business. And in my chapter, I talk about personal development, which is very important to me. I've been in the personal development community for a long time now. I've always believed in self actualization since being an adult. So I talk about my faith walk, just my increase in spirituality with going through the process of my journey with my business, developing a no don't quit attitude, self reliance and so forth, and resilience. And I talk about fear and doubt, and that's my fear. That's my saying is fear, over faith over fear and doubt. And I have a little small poem, in my chapter that I hope is helps others, other women. And part of being a part of this process has been for me to give to others. I've been in a helping discipline, helping others for over 40 years now. I started as a social worker, retired as a health service professional. So I love giving back. And I hope my chapter, helps other women.
Great, great, great. My next I'm going to talk to is Brianna Breezy. How are you? Welcome.
I am blessed and highly favored and all that good stuff. Hakuna Matata, all that wonderful stuff that we say. I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. So, as you said, I am Brianna Cabell. My radio name or my street name is Breezy. I started. They started calling me Breezy when I started my show, which is called the Uplift Show on Awesome God Radio. I've been on the air for a little over 4 years now. So I've been doing this for a little while, and this is my second. I think it's my second collaboration with Dr. Tasheka. The first one was a phenomenal experience, and I was excited to get the opportunity to do it again. I have published many of my own books, and I've also worked in several compilations, and I really just enjoy the opportunity to share a little bit of my life, my experiences. Now, I chose the overarching theme of discover. So the title of my section is Discovering Who You Are.
Mm,
And as women, not just as women, but as Black women, we carry a lot of burden. We carry the family on our backs. We carry we carry so much weight on us. Yes, the men are supposed to be the head, but guess what, ladies? We are the neck. And without the neck, the head can't move. So we take on a lot, and we are looked at in all different kind of lights. We have to be sexy, and we have to be smart, and we have to be strong, and we have to be great mothers, and we have to be the CEOs, and we have to be a great housekeeper. We have to be all of these things that we're expected to be just because we're women. And then by us being Black women, we are looked at as beneath anyway. And so we have to learn exactly who we are.
Hello.
We say, who does God say we are? So,
Hello.
yes, who does God say we are?
Yeah.
But
I'm
do
still
we
just
know who we
engineering
are?
sub roles and just make me like a sub team.
I'm hearing something in my ear. I'm not sure if that's me or not.
I'm still making me a
yeah, I'm
sub team.
hearing some echo
Yeah, there's
somewhere.
this, it sounds like a phone conversation. So I thought maybe it was just me. Okay. So it is my goal to help women, including myself, because when I talk to other people, I'm talking to me. When I go out and speak, I'm talking to me. When I'm writing to me. I want us to know who we are. Because if I'll be 45 years old in a couple of months, and I'm still striving to figure out who I am in the kingdom and who I am here on this earth. And so I just want to I want to take all the ladies with me on this journey so we can find out who we are together and stand strong together. Because if we don't stand together, who's going to stand with us?
That is so correct. Dr. Essie McCoy, how are you?
I am doing well, and good evening to you, and good evening to all of the authors. I am just grateful and honored, and I give thanks to God first and foremost for giving me this opportunity to collaborate once again with Dr. Tasheka. I can tell you, I used to say that everything she touches turns to gold, and that is still the case. She is a phenomenal woman and a person of faith, and definitely I only align myself to things that will continue to enhance who I am as a person. And so I am so honored to be on your show, Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. Thank you, Michelle.
It's so
My
welcome.
first time actually I'm using poetry to really express myself in my writing. I normally will write a chapter and I never know what I'm going to write about. I just sit and I just write and I pray every single time before I write for a magazine or before I write a book or anything. And that's what I did this time. And the word release came to me. And so the title of the poetry piece that I did is A Time to Release. And I really talk about as an individual based on my journey. It's a time to release what is inside of me, what God has gifted me with. It's a time to release any challenges, any fears, to release what's inside of me as a mother, as a grandmother, as a daughter, as a sister, and just allow God to guide me and lead me. And so, hopefully, through the words that I wrote, you can feel the presence of God and how He's guiding and directing my life. And so, once again, I am so honored to just be a part of this collaboration project.
Thank you so much. Miss Rona Russell McKnight, how are you?
Hi, thank you. Good
Same
evening.
question.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I must say that I didn't get the memo, but someone sent me the invitation and I accepted. And I was so excited that I got them excited too. So it's a pleasure. To be a virtuous woman, you have to go through something. And I remember someone once said, "You are a virtuous woman because you have strived to do many things. You're involved in many things. You're always there for your family." My husband had a heart attack, and from there on, I had to take the front row and manage the family. So I'm always trying to strive to do the best that I can to make things happen. And my role that I picked was to exceed. I'm always trying to do something, get involved in something. So I wrote to encourage young women that you can be whatever you want. Um, Having a house doesn't make you a virtuous woman. Having
Mm,
a new job doesn't make you a virtuous woman.
mm.
It has to come from within you. You have to, you know, um, do the best you can to make things happen. And I am so happy that I took on this role, being a part of this book to help someone out there.
We're glad that you did. Next, we're gonna have Miss Nikki Anthony. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Good evening, fellow contributing authors. Same question for me?
Same question.
Okay. So the chapter that I wrote on, the title is called My Downtime. Um, and it's got a double meaning. Downtime meaning off from work, and downtime
Mhm.
meaning majorly depressed. And um, I share about how the Lord has worked on me and shown me that I am not what other people say that I am. I am who He says I am. And so I have released that spirit of pleasing others. I have actually gained some confidence and more friendships, and I've also gained some spiritual sisters and spiritual mothers that have supported me um, as I have gone through some mental health challenges. And so I believe that I do have something to share. I do have a message, and I hope that people, after they read what I've shared, will understand that they are not alone, that uh, workplace bullying is very real, and you can recover from it.
Well, thank you for sharing. I want to
Thank
say
you.
thank you for sharing that part about mental health because people don't want to talk about that, and for you to come forward about that and to share that story. Trust me, it is very well needed in today's society today. So I commend you. Actually, let's give her a hand on that for coming forth
Amen.
with that. I thank you so much. 'Cause that is like a baby of mine, as well, about the mental health. And next, we're gonna have Dr. Lisa M. Jones. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, ladies. Forgive me for not being in a position to cut my camera on. Hello.
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 All righty. I am so honored to write in this book, and I just love Dr. Tasheka Green with every piece of me. I must say, Lisa, I heard a different person in you speaking. I was blessed listening to you. So, wow, we go back a long way. You sound great. Um, so my chapter I wrote about is success, developing a successful mindset. And so whenever I speak, I love talking about the mindset because I believe that if you fix your mind, you can fix everything. And so mindset is everything. I often say, fix your mind, you fix your zip code. You fix your mind, you'll fix your friends. Fix your mind, you'll fix your bank account. Fix your mind, you'll fix what you allow people to put you through. And so mindset is everything. So I say in there, I believe that true wealth starts in the mind. A made up mind is a powerful weapon. It can tear down walls or it can build them up. You decide. And so I talk about the three stages that all successful people go through. The first one is the discovery stage. You got to discover who you are as a person. Look within, what's your passion, really getting people to know their identity, because how we act is based on what was told to us between the ages of 0 and 7. I often tell people I am brainwashing. Lisa, I know you feel the same way about your grandson. I'm brainwashing my granddaughter Skylar. Man, she believes she is the most mighty person walking on the earth. She said, I'm a superhero. And she leaps off the sofa. And I am just like brainwashing her to be a believer of God, and I'm brainwashing her to respect and honor her peers, and I'm brainwashing her to go for what she wants and not give in to any limited beliefs. And so we got to go through the discovery stage, and then once we leave the discovery stage, we enter into the development stage, which is the longest stage, and that's where mentorship is required. I often say I do business with no one who don't have a mentor, because this thing called life is very difficult to do on your own. And so we go into the development stage. And as we grow through those development stages, then we get to the advisory stage. And that's when you find yourself in a position where you could become a mentor to others and lead others to greatness. And so I'm excited. I was excited. I told Dr. Green that I probably was the last one. I'm sure I was, to submit my chapter. Amen. And she knows how to deal with me. Praise God. And I said, because I'm really not a writer, I'm a speaker. And so what I have to do is I have to actually stand up and speak my chapters and then write them. That's how I write my books. And when I speak, God downloads and it just flows. And now I have an assistant that can put it in writing for me. And so I was this last one because I could not figure out what to write. And I wanted so bad to read all of y'all write ups, but she wouldn't allow me to. And so because I wanted to be lined up with the vision. And I said, God, tell me something, give me something, right? And he said, the word I gave you for 2023 is focus, FOCUS, follow one course until successful. And so your one course that I have assigned you to is mindset. Don't leave the assignment. Someone
Mm.
asked me once, are you loyal to people that's not loyal to you? I said, absolutely, because I'm loyal to the assignment. That's what I'm loyal to. And the assignment tells me to do things that people may not treat me well, but that doesn't matter as long as I stay focused on the assignment. And so I follow one course until successful. And my one course for my chapter is mindset. How to develop a successful mindset. Fix your mind, you fix everything around you. So I'm honored to write in the book. Thank you so much, Dr. Green, for including me. I take nothing for granted. I don't believe it's a right. I believe it's a privilege. And so I'm honored to be among all of this greatness in this room right here. Thank you guys for including me. Amen.
Thank you. Somebody pass the collection plate. Let's do.
Amen.
Love you, Dr. Joe. Every time I hear her, look, you see, you notice my shoulders got straight up a little bit here. I'm like, wow, wow. So I guess I'm the last one to say with my chapter is mine was persevere to discover. And mine is a message to the sisters. As Dr. Jones just said, I think of everything as an assignment. So I'm actually writing a letter to you sisters and those who have read this that just believe it. So I'm telling you, you done got set up when you get this book. Amen. You don't got
Amen.
to set up when you got this book because it's all in their excellence. Because what I do know is because I've been in several of the past women of excellence and virtues, and what you get is excellence. So even if you feel as though, as someone said, your confidence, when you leave from reading this book, you will get confidence. If you feel though something, you're gonna need that rest within these 52 weeks, you will going to find some rest for your mind, rest for your body, rest for your soul. So again, this is mine is an introduction letter to say, sis, you are in for a real treat. And guess what? This was an assignment. You will get an assignment out of this. So again, I thank you, Dr. Tasheka, for allowing me to be a part of your vision. And we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come right back on because there's something that I want to share in a few, just a little few. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to hear from the ending with our visionary, Dr. Tasheka Green. Welcome back to the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, where I'm your host, Michelle Bolden Hammond. And right there, you see, it's all about collaborations because Dr. Tasheka will be one of the keynote speakers for this awesome retreat that I'm ready to go right now.
Me too. Me too, Michelle.
Oh my gosh. I'm overjoyed. And again, thank you for saying yes. And I'm telling you, I am so looking forward to the Warm Your Heart, Warm Your Mind, and Warm Your Soul retreat right down here on the Eastern Shore. I'm just because how many know that things take place at the water?
Mhm.
You'll have the back of the Chesapeake Bay right off of this resort. And I am just like so ready to get so poured into. And I know you coming with it. So, Dr. Tasheka. So, one of the things I want to ask you when I know you get your vision from God, I know He talks to you, but there's like an inkling of the book that I love it. It really stuck to me. Exceeding all expectations,
Mhm.
discovering what you never knew existed, living in a place of victory, and releasing all the promises for your life. Whoosh.
Wow.
Can you give us just a little snippet? And again, the virtual collection plate is available.
Listen here, Michelle. Well, first of all, before I start, I just want to thank each contributing author that's on here today and the ones that are listening and could not. It's because of you that this book is even possible. So thank you so much. Thank you for, like I always say, your yes, because your yes, you will yield so many results. Thank you for your time, your resources. Thank you for everything. I truly do appreciate you. And, Michelle, I've been doing this now for, this is the fourth one, and it just hit differently. It just hit a different place when I was reading these entries and reading the stories and everything. And like you said, everything that I receive is just a downpour from God. If God's not in it, I don't want to do it. I don't need a good idea. I need a God idea, because those ideas are what's going to last and really make a difference. And so, every year, I just sit in a quiet space and I just wait for God to downpour. And this year, He just said, exceed, discover, recover, release. And then just gave me that whole mantra. And when I reflect on my own self, and the things that a lot of the ladies were saying, and even in the entries, that when you think about exceeding all expectations, it's like the expectations that you put on yourself and others put on you. That you have to go beyond that. You have to go beyond what people think about you. I think I heard a lot of those things. You have to even go beyond about what you think about yourself. You have to exceed that and keep going and keep going. One thing that I said that I learned from my mother's life is that I want my life to outlive me, right? I want, even after I pass away, that my life still lives through somebody else. That's exceeding. I always say that legacy is not what you accomplish, but what you prepared others to do. That's exceeding. That when you leave, that somebody else can pick up the Upfront Mind and Body and Soul podcast. It may not be you, it may not be the name, but it will be the same concept that's going to help people to heal mentally, spiritually, and all those other aspects. That's exactly what exceeding is. We think about, so many times we put into our mind tangible things, but it's beyond that. It's the things we can't touch, the things we can't see, the things that when we leave, what would your fingerprints and your footprints and your mark leaving the earth that will continue to speak when you're even not here? Discovering what you never knew expected. Listen, I think I share my testimony all the time in 2018, when in 5 minutes it was like deuces. I never knew I would be at the place that I was at today. This is discovering places I never knew even existed for myself. That if I limited myself just to a role and a title and not pursued purpose, then I would still be in the same place. So that's discovering things you never even knew existed. There, what's that's called? That's called eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of men what the Lord has prepared for them that love Him. That's what that place is called. Like, you haven't even seen what God has for you, because you're still going and evolving into those different things and living in a place of victory. Listen, okay? We have to live in this place all the time, no matter what comes, no matter what it looks like. We have to know that we are victorious, that we are more than conquerors, that all we need is God. He is our resource. He is our source. He is the I'd say He prepares everything that we need. He gives us the vision. He gives you the provision for it. He is everything. And we have to live in those places of victory. And so many times life will come to distract us, to discourage us, and even to destroy us. But we have to know that we have to remain in the place of where we are, because if we are not in the right place, we may very well be missing that one person that's assigned to our life. And so we have to stay in that place, and then releasing all of the promises. Listen, there's a scripture that says, daily God's loads us with His benefits. So every day there's benefits waiting for you. All God wants you to do is show up and do what He's called for you to do. Do you not know, when I had my accident a couple of weeks ago, and some of you guys know about this, in February 9th, when I had my accident, traumatic. Let me just tell you, it was traumatic, traumatic. When I say traumatic, I'm going to say traumatic once again, and I'm going to get into my testimony a little on this weekend. But when I left there, my husband was, when he picked me up, he said, well, where do we need to go? I said, just drive. He said, where are we going? I said, just drive. I'll tell you where. Do you not know that when I left that accident, I went to one of my schools to do a learning walk. And they're like, why are you here? I said, I could either be 4 hours sitting home worrying, or I could be 4 hours making a difference. Which one do you think I'm going to check? And I made a difference. And not only did I make a difference, it was a difference in such a way. See, when you realize that your life has purpose attached to it, that it's not about a job and not about a role and not about a career. It means more than that. And when I walked in the room, it was people of all ethnicities, all cultures that said, I needed to see you. I needed a hug. I needed that word today. And what was that quote that you always tell me? I said, the one lady, I said, when you have the ability plus the capability, you have the leadership ability to lead. And she was like, yes, I need that because I didn't think I was a leader until you showed up today to show me how I am. And so that's what I'm talking about when you release all the promises for your life. It's the things that we don't see, the things that we don't hear. It's the things that we go beyond because God said it. We've already said it. I am who because God says I am. And at the end of every chapter or journal entry, what I love the most, Michelle, are these affirmations that everybody leaves the readers with. I mean, literally, like when I'm reading them, I'm saying them. I'm crying while I'm reading. I'm pouring out. I'm learning these stages from Melissa. I'm learning about Melissa here how to take care of myself. I'm learning about Michelle was like, this book is a setup for you. I'm like, yeah, it is a setup for me. I'm learning about Brianna, discover myself. Dr. Essie with the poem releasing forward your journal. I mean, Lisa, you captured everything. You even went into the introduction, the preface, all of this. Rona, let me tell you something, exceeding and stretching your faith and teaching us to exceed. And Sylvia, how you blessed me so much with yours. Everybody's entry truly blessed me and meant a lot. And if it did that for me, then you know what it's going to do for so many other people. So I am grateful. I am thankful. All I got to say is that, a dream manifested is a kept promise. All of these things that God gave us, believe that they're going to come to pass. It may not be right now, though the vision may tarry. You're going to wait and you will see it if you faint not. And that's the key right there. Don't faint. Don't get weary in well doing because you are going to reap it. And I am just excited about all the things that God is doing in your life, in our life, and for the kingdom. I'm excited about that. And together, like Michelle said, it's all about collaboration. Together, we can do more. We are stronger when we are together. So, Michelle, I mean, I'm excited about next weekend. I really want to come to rest, but you got me up there speaking. And I'm just saying, if you don't see me, I'll be still in the room. And I'm letting you know, my little assistant done peeped out the place and she said, I think I want to go too. So she might just come along. But I said, girl, don't get on my nerves because I need some rest. But I'm just saying, we're going to have a good time next week. We're going to have a phenomenal time on Saturday. I'm so excited again. Sorry, I was late. I was on a meeting with the committee, just finalizing everything. Lisa is our keynote speaker. So if she dropped them a little bit of nuggets there in 7 minutes, you know what she's going to do in 20 or 30. So excited. Marissa Mitchell from Fox 5 is going to be our MC. You guys are going to do the roundtable fashion show. Oh, so much is going to happen on Saturday. So I'm sorry for those people that waited and texted me and talking about, can I get a ticket? No, I told y'all March 3rd. Y'all, that was the last day. Y'all thought I was playing. So with that being said, I'm excited. Thank you, Michelle, for having us here. You are truly a blessing. I mean, we connected through actually a collaboration that
Yeah.
you did for Dr. Valika Moore, and
Yes.
I was the host MC or something at her book launch, and that's how we connected ever since that day. And so, I'm just grateful for you. I thank God for you, and anything that you need, I'm here to serve. So thank you again, and God bless you.
God bless you. Look, and
Yeah.
that's what it's about. You said about even in you feeling it, and I can testify because she actually called me the day of the accident,
I did.
and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, I think I just went on and did my assignment. I just went on. I was like, "No, where
Happy.
you need to go," and you went on to it. That shows commitment because that also shows that whatever God gives you on your assignment, and hear me, audience. I'm getting overwhelmed of joy where you speak, because that spoke definitely to my
Mhm,
soul.
mhm,
Because number one, if He gives it to us, it's not ours, it's for someone else, for us to use that to help someone else. And every assignment that He gives us, we can't always take our emotions, we can't always take our feelings in it, because someone is attached to that assignment. So
mhm,
you show commitment. Now just think about when we have those that are supposed to be committed, but they just give up because they get weighed down.
mhm,
I always tell people I have a palm tree faith. Let me say that again, a palm tree faith. Do you ever see when those hurricanes come down? They might get knocked down, but they get right back up. So I advise you have a palm tree. That might be a little story to tell. The palm tree faith. Woo! See what she do? See how she brings the stuff out of you? But
Listen.
I'm again, I'm excited. So Tasheka, this all started. This again is the eighth because again, when you talked about legacy, let's tack back on to this legacy. So we know that this is the Deborah C. Offer Bulgin eighth annual Women of Virtue Walking in Excellence. Can
Mhm.
you, for those who have never heard of, can you explain what that and how this all came about?
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, this year would be the eighth because we did not do it last year. Last year was a season of healing for me, and I'll share that more of a testimony also on Saturday. So we didn't have it last year. So technically, we've been doing this for 9 years now. So on March the 14th, I will be in business for 9 years. So celebrating to everything there's a season, and it actually all started back in 2010, Michelle, when my mother passed away of stage 4 stomach cancer. She was 53 years old. She was diagnosed in February, and within 30 days, she had passed away. And she had never been sick. At least I've never seen her sick a day in her life. And so cancer just came and just really went through her body. And then she passed away. And when she passed away, when she was in the hospital, and she had called everybody she knew to the oncology lounge, and she preached a message of love. And then finally got to a point where she was very tired, and she said, "I just want my daughter." And she called me. She only wanted me. And when she called me, she said, "Why me?" And I said, "Why not you?" And I talked about how precious and beautiful she was to God. And then she asked me, "Did I do a good job?" And I said, "Did you do a good job?" And she said, "Did I do a good job in raising you?" And she said, I said, "No, you did a great job." And then she began to minister to me. She began to bless me. And from that point, Michelle, I said, she passed the mantle on to me. She passed a legacy on to me, a legacy to love, a legacy to serve, a legacy to continue the work that she had even started. Because the stuff that I'm doing right now, my mom did it. Like in the program, you'll see a picture of my mom doing the same thing, and me. She did all of that. And so, with that being said, after that happened and she passed away, Michelle, I just needed to be healed. I tell people that I went through anxiety. I had just had my daughter. I went through postpartum depression, and they wanted to put me on meds and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, no. I was like, God is the healer and the healing. So let's work this out and see how me and God gonna work this out. And God told me to write. And so I wrote my first book in 2010. It was called To Everything There's a Season. I never wrote it to be published. I never wrote to be a best-selling author. I never wrote to have 20 books later. I wrote because I needed healing. And after I wrote the book, then I released it in 2014. And that's when I also started the work with To Everything There's a Season, the Deborah C. Offer Bulgin Memorial Foundation, where we give a monetary donation to a college student, and then the Women Walking in Excellence to honor her. And so that's how it all evolved, that my purpose was birthed out of pain. I tell people all the time that my mother had to die so that I could live, because I was living an ordinary life, but there was extraordinary in me, and I did not know that. And so my mother, when she died, it actually gave me opportunity to live and to carry on her name and her purpose and legacy, and still discover things that I never even knew existed. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for over the years to have honored over 100 women now, all types of women, culture, names that's on like TV right now and stuff like that, things of that nature where people didn't even know their names. These are the women that we honored, and some of these phenomenal women. And so I'm just very grateful to have this and to also be able to give back to others. I always said I wish I had what I'm doing now when I was coming along in this womanhood thing, right? Because if I did, I think maybe I would have been a little further along if somebody celebrated me more than just rather tolerated me. So you got to know what people are doing. Are they just tolerating you, or are they truly celebrating you? And then God will reveal that to you. And I learned to not cast my pearls to swine, because I think you posted this the other day, Lisa, that your assignment isn't meant for everybody, right? And
Right.
my gift I can't give to everybody, because you might not can handle it or know how precious it is. And so I had to learn that, and I had to pull back from just trying to, almost, you would say, be a people pleaser. Let's keep it real. Let's be a people pleaser and really only please God. If I only got an audience of one and it's God, I'm good. I'm good, because that's all that matters to me. It's not about the quantity, it's but the quality. And I'm happy with Jesus. And that's it. So that's all I know. That's all I got, Michelle. And so so that's how it started. And I'm excited. And here we are technically 9 years later, but 8 years celebrating a woman of virtue walking in excellence. Mhm.
Well, guys, I'm like this. She done the benediction just that quick. So
Say it,
again,
Michelle.
I am again. Thank you so much, ladies. We the sisters. We a sisterhood now. As Breezy said, we a
Absolutely.
sisterhood. We gonna love on each other on this coming weekend. I can't wait to see you guys
Yeah.
in person. And again, it's thank you so much for all you guys for brilliance and believing and pouring into others. And that's what it is about the likeness of the collaborations. You have to have the like-minded same individuals in your circle.
And if I can say too, it's I know you can't see because the my thing. At least I can't mean I can take off my background, but the book is so. Let me see if I can take off my background, Michelle. It's beautiful. I mean, it's from the inside to the outside. It is so beautiful. I mean, the cover, the pages, as you can see, we have some space. We have diagram. I didn't even get into becoming the best me diagram, but we have the diagram. We have the pages where you can reflect and think about your becoming list and things. So the book is beautiful, and so I'm just like I'm excited because I don't know. Lisa said it the other day. Like I publish books, I've been in books, but I've never seen anything like that. So that definitely, Lisa, I thank you for that because everything I do, I first of all I hear from God, but I also do it in excellence. So thank you again. I'm excited. The books are live now on Amazon, but you can go to www.women of virtue walking in excellence to order your copy. And of course, those people that are VIP guests on Saturday, they get a free ebook. So they'll get to be able to download their ebook. So I'm excited. And in April, we'll be doing our bestseller campaign. So we could be an Amazon bestseller. So we'll be gearing up for that. And who's to say we might not, we just go, somebody actually already say, why don't you take this to city? And I was like, they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go and do some stuff with Fantasia and I'm ready to do some stuff with this. And I can see you taking this work on the road. And I said, hey, that's good. I could be taking this work on the road and bring my girls with me. That's right. So Essie, Dr. Essie said, everything attached to me, we gonna win. So let's go on and
Yes,
win.
yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. Well, again, ladies, Dr. Tasheka, I again appreciate you all so much
Mhm.
for gracing the upfront mind, body, and soul. We,
Absolutely.
I just, and again, here, if anything I can do here at Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, I am always available to help get you where you want to be, to help you out any way you want, need. If you want to do your own book, you can
Mhm.
come here. Yeah, we can have you. I love guests. I love guests.
Absolutely.
So I do. I love guests. So audience, you're gonna want to get this book because look, you got 52 weeks to get it right.
Hmm.
52, 52,
52. 52 weeks.
52.
52
Yeah,
weeks. That's right.
you got 52 weeks to
52.
get it right.
You gonna get it right. They said take 21 days to form a habit. All you gotta do is get to take 22. That's it. You get to 22, you good.
Yeah, you got 52 to get it right. So hey, some helpful tips in there. I can't
Absolutely.
wait to see the rest of everybody else's work. I can't wait to see it. Well, I will say I've been reading some of it too, but I I can't. So again, everyone, anybody have any comments they want to say? Anybody have anything that they have going on that they want to
Mhm.
share? So this is your time to share it now. Lisa?
Well, look, Dr. Tashika already knows how excited I am about everything that that I see people doing that is going to uplift others. And this every project that I actually become a part of, it is to pour back into me. So and that's where my excitement comes from because I know I'm going to gain something from this. I know I'm going to learn something from this. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to deal with some of the things that sometimes are on my heart that I haven't quite let go of. Sometimes when it's your own project, you just still kind of hold back. And being on with someone else, it forces me to deal with those issues. So when you told me what it was about, I kind of dove into some issues in regards to my self-esteem and that little girl. And this 2023 seems to be that year where I deal with that little girl who used to get teased for, the big eyes and all those things that people made fun of, and to see it go full circle. And now those are their issues, not mine. And to see how those big eyes played a good role in me getting the most wonderful husband in the world, and getting that support from friends and family who saw my heart through my eyes. So I thank you for just the opportunity to be able to, again, pour into another side of me. Doing the forward, like I said, is something I've never experienced with all of the publications I've been a part of. And you allowed me to figure out how to make that happen. And I know when I reached out to you, I didn't even express to you how nervous I was about this, because I know your walk. You shared your walk, and I'm like, I gotta match that. I gotta step up to the plate, and I wasn't sure I could do it. And that to me made me have to deal with some of those things that I've dealt with since childhood, but I was ready for it. And I thank you for that, because I think if you hadn't been who you are, I still would have been holding some of that back. So every
Mhm.
opportunity allows me a chance to deal with my own stuff. And that's a good thing. So I thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. No, thank you. Because you have been a blessing to me too, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Well, everyone, anybody else? Oh, well, I want to hear from my two first time podcasters. So now it's official. You are no longer a first time because you might have something else going on.
Well, I've had fun. This has been great. It's
Thank
been a
you.
really good experience. I'm enjoying you.
Enjoy
And
the
I want to
ride.
thank you. I'm super excited about the opportunity to speak this evening and share a part of my story. And you have just set the stage for me to probably try to do my own podcast.
Yes,
All right.
we
Yes.
can make it happen.
That is all right.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else before we wrap it up?
I just want to share, I do have my own podcast, Dr. Essie Speaks, and Tasheka, Dr. Green, doesn't even know this, but I'm going to share it with everyone and everyone who's listening. I had an opportunity to do a promotional about the book. And so just know it is going to be playing on many different podcast shows throughout the nation. And I'm really excited about that. So, congratulations to all of us. And I know that God's hand is in it, and we're going to do well with everything that He aligns us to do in order to really touch lives and make an impact and make a difference. So, thank you, ladies. And it is going to be a journey. So, thank you once again,
Oh, well, thank
Michelle,
you,
as well,
Dr.
for
Essie.
allowing
Thank
us to be
you.
on your podcast this evening.
You're
Yes.
so
Thank you,
welcome.
Dr. Essie.
Amen. I also, of course, I said earlier that I do have a show as well called The Uplift Show. I used to do every week, but my schedule just does not allow me to do every week anymore. So I do once a month. I am on every third Thursday. And so in April, I definitely will get with Dr. Tasheka, and I would definitely love to have all you ladies on my show as well. We'll work on that.
All right.
Amen. Thank
See,
you.
see, that's how look that popcorn. Look, that popcorn mission. Bloom, 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 right in there. So again, and there are others. There are other authors as well who couldn't be able to join us tonight. But
Mhm.
again, you will see them. You will see because I'm a picture. Going to be taking up some pictures on Saturday. So
Yeah.
I really am. So again, audience, go wrap yourself and go get this book. Go purchase this book. As one of our friends, Victoria says, go buy 20 of them.
That's what she said.
Go
Exactly.
buy 20 of them. So again, I want to say thank you, ladies. I can't wait to put my eyes on you guys on Saturday. And again, thank you, Tasheka,
Mhm.
for allowing us to be a part of your vision because again, we know this is a God thing. So again, I appreciate that. So for the audience, thank you guys for tuning in and welcome back Tuesday. We'll be right back with Up Front, Mind, Body, and Soul for the fourth season. Woohoo!
Yes.
We come back on Tuesday, and our special guest will be Tanya Cannon White of Wise creations, custom
Mhm.
made. I mean, she does amazing stuff. So I'm excited about the new season that's coming forth. And one of the things that's going into the new season of everything, I always tell people, show more people more love. As
Mhm.
my friend Rocky Rose says, she says, show love everywhere. Show love everywhere. Even when you don't feel like it's going to be love, just show that love anywhere. And just let you know, until next week, if you have not been told you love, just know that you are loved here on the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul, where I'm your host, Michelle Bolden Hammond.